Howdy out there, Christ is risen. I'm Daniel J. Newman, Orthodox Catechumen of Burning Bushes, but sometimes I review food too, like I used to do. So, we went to Taco Bell, and I found out there's a new Crunchwrap Supreme. If you didn't know, Crunchwrap Supremes are my favorite item at Crunchwrap Supreme. My favorite item at Taco Bell is the Crunchwrap Supreme. So much so that I sometimes get the name Taco Bell mixed up with Crunchwrap Supreme, apparently. So I wanted to get one of those, and they got a new one, and it's called the Cheez-It Crunchwrap Supreme. It's got a giant Cheez-It inside of it. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know what that's about. We're going to find out together. But before we do, I also got one of their drinks, and it's a lemonade with strawberry. And it's okay. Actually, no, it's not. It tastes like fruit punch. What the heck is wrong with this? It doesn't taste like lemonade. It tastes very artificial. It tastes like melted cotton candy or popsicles that melted and now you're drinking it. So, actually, I don't like that. I don't think that's a very good drink. But I'm having a much better hopes for the Crunchwrap Supreme, which is right here. Limited time offer. This puppy right here. Cheers. Well, I taste the thing that's supposed to be the Cheez-It. I'm going to reserve my judgments and give it a fair shot. Yeah, subject to change. Right now I'm feeling like this is a no-go. It's not destroying the Crunchwrap Supreme, but certainly not adding to it. It's subtracting from it. It tastes like there's something wrong with the tortilla on the inside. Because the Cheez-It was not meant to take on the moisture levels of both seasoned and fried ground beef with cold lettuce, sour cream, cheese, tomato. I mean, it breaks down. You do still get some of the flavors of the Cheez-It, but it almost tastes like there was a mistake, you know? Like somebody put a Cheez-It in here instead of a tortilla. It loses the bit what it used to have with the tortilla. It's like a bit of a divider and a nice crunch. There's no crunch here. That's number one. The Crunchwrap Supreme is now the Soggy Wrap Supreme. With a Cheez-It that has, basically turned into goo. It's like somebody chewed this up for you. I hate to make it that gross. But, you don't see the Cheez-It in here, do you? You might see some remnants of the Cheez-It. But there's no, clear divider. They didn't make it thick enough. And it's just not working. And the flavors just don't go, you know? I think when they made the Dorito Loco thing, that actually worked out really well. And I think they figured something like that could work here. It doesn't. Cheez-It's meant to be eaten by itself. It's not meant to be on here like a garnish. There's too much salt to it. It tastes like it wants to be its own thing, and it got ruined. And so did the Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supreme. Like, they both, it's like a failed marriage. A good marriage strengthens both parties. The whole becomes greater than the sum of its parts. This is the opposite of that. I'd rather have Cheez-Its by themselves and a Crunchwrap Supreme by itself. Together, it makes it worse. Both. I'm pretty sure this is more expensive than the regular Crunchwrap Supreme. It's a limited time offer. I don't expect this one sticking around. And you could probably pass on it and you'd be just fine. It's one of those brainchild ideas at Taco Bell where they answered a question nobody asked and the solution sucks. I feel like something goes wrong with quality assessment or whatever kind of testing protocols they do on these things before they get shipped out to the American public for our consumption. Or are we just the experiments, you know? Sometimes I feel like we're just the lab rats, the guinea pigs, the rhesus monkeys, the experiment of capitalism. You got to eat this after paying for it? What, to prove to Taco Bell that they shouldn't have made it in the first place? Such is the life of a reviewer. I'm eating this so you don't have to. I do this for you. We're getting a little bit nearer to the end here where the Cheez-It is starting to... It's going to do its thing. It's time to shine. Because all the other ingredients are going away. There's just tortilla flour and Cheez-It left. Will that be good? No. Somebody ran out of tortillas, so they put a giant Cheez-It on my Crunchwrap Supreme. I asked for this, but I didn't think it would taste like this. Again, maybe the camera can sell the point maybe better than me. That if you can find the layer that is the Cheez-It, you'll notice it's not very distinguished. It's like with all this nacho cheese, you just don't need something cheesy on the inside. And the cheesiness tastes so different because you're going with like a nacho cheese, which is like a liquid cheap cheese that tastes good, probably not healthy for you, but tastes good. And then you got this other also equally not good for you type of cheese experience, which is powdery, which doesn't work with these liquid ingredients in the different temperatures of the cold lettuce and the hot beef. It just doesn't work. It's not a tortilla. I'm disappointed in Taco Bell. Just adding way too much salt to it as well. Yeah, Taco Bell, sometimes they put out a product that I really like the crunched, no, not the crunched, it's the stuffed nacho, I think it's called, something like that. And those things were great. They were like mini Crunchwrap Supremes, and they stopped making them because I figure they know it's so good that people are gonna just keep buying them. I don't know. I don't know why they decide to do some things and not others. I wish they would just come to me first. But they don't. But if they did, I'd tell them that this is not grading this for it by itself, because we know the Crunchwrap Supreme is good. I know it's good. I know it's the king. I know it's supreme. It's good to go. This, in terms of Crunchwrap Supreme innovations, gets a 1 out of 10. Shouldn't have done it. Taco Bell's just lucky I'm hungry. Further along you get, it's going to be the worst too. Because that cheese is just given so much time to sort of like dissolve into... Look, I mean, what are you going to do? I'm not trying to make this gross for people. I'm not trying to make you think of people's mouths. But a taco, a Crunchwrap Supreme, is a very moist environment. Okay, you got hot meat next to cold lettuce, tomatoes, sour cream that's cold, with hot nacho cheese. These are not the conditions for a Cheez-It to be safe. These are the conditions of somebody's mouth. Okay? So unless you want to eat a Cheez-It that basically, by all respects, is like it's been in somebody's mouth, I'm not trying to gross you out. That's the experience you're going to be getting. The most clean version of that experience. But it's a no-go. But I sacrifice this for you, the people. So you know to stay away from this one. Do not get the Cheez-It Crunchwrap Supreme. And, by reference, maybe the other Cheez-It product isn't going to be so good either. Just saying. Taco Bell, I love you. But I gotta be harsh on you. I'm harsh on the people that I know can be better. You are a taco, and you are a Bell, and you are a restaurant, and you're also fast food. And today, you disappointed me, Taco Bell. Also, this drink, not very good. Tastes like just like sugar flavor. Doesn't taste like a lemonade. Doesn't taste authentic. You know, I come to Taco Bell for authentic Mexican cuisine, and sometimes I feel like I'm not always getting it, but what are you going to do? Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed watching this, and if you did, consider subscribing to the channel, because I make a lot of content. I make a lot of music. I make music almost every day. It's called #TrashFolk. I also have a live stream where you can find out about what's going on with me and mostly my faith and Christianity. That's what most of it's been about. But I also have an open panel sometimes. All right. You can leave now.